Steve here. Welcome to Red Flag Life, a space where there's not really many spaces around. I haven't really searched hard, but this is one space where people with supposed red flags can acknowledge such and get on with life. Bit of a different camera angle today because I couldn't put the camera like it usually sits, or the phone more accurate, because I want to charge it, so it's just the other way, and I couldn't get the thing to budge. It's from all the sun, you know, the climate where I live, the sun has pretty much baked the fastening fixture thing. Can't budge it, nah, it doesn't go, it doesn't want to move, so this is it. So each time you get this angle, I'm charging the phone. Even though it's got 98%, I just put it on. Yeah. Anyway, today's subject, theme, rant, subject, clickbait, riffing, opportunity, or the like, is some thoughts on psychopath, sociopath, or narcissist. I reference those three together because often they get used interchangeably to the liking, to the twisted, to the analyzer, the consumer, the researcher of these things, whatever they are, right? So narcissist, what's a narcissist? What's a psychopath? What's a sociopath? Ideally they're different, but people use them together and interchangeably. Narcissist, more accurate. A narcissist is there was an emperor, a Roman emperor or someone, liked his reflection. He couldn't take his eyes off his reflection in this still little water body. And narcissist, yeah, that pretty much so. Basically, self-absorption. Often with narcissism, it incorporates some of the sociopath / psychopathic traits, and they incorporate not just self-absorption, focusing on self, admiring self, vanity, and the like. They also chuck in there some of the psychopathic and sociopathic traits, like lacking empathy, not really reciprocating much in relationships, friendships, and the like. Sociopaths, a way to not say psychopath perhaps, but these two are, my thoughts, my humble opinion. These two are tighter, a bit more married together, conceptually, where sociopath is a little, rather than calling someone a psychopath, a sociopath is like a high-functioning psychopath where they're flying under the radar, like they haven't murdered anyone yet or abused anyone, or they're abusing people in a very covert, smart way. Their sociopath is perhaps a very smart psychopath. And then you get the psychopath, the original sin, the original sickness, the original trait, the original this person is a drain on relationships and society, and they're a danger to us good people, even though good people have a tendency to on my whole, well, I get this concept from Stefan Molyneux, the whole angel, being an angel or a mammal in your life pursuits, in a micro or macro sense. Being an angel in a momentary decision, or planning for a future, being a mammal or a angel as well. And even while I'm driving, maybe I'll choose to with the violin let someone through if they cut me off, or as a mammal, you fucking asshole. A little bit more mammalian, huh? And so I like to feed in the whole angel or mammal thing from time to time, just to illustrate that we try to be angels, but even as humans, well, categorically, with the whole eating, shitting, mating, sleeping idea, we do what mammals do. So I am not an animal, I am a human being. Elephant Man line, right? So psychopath is the more clinical, granddaddy, originating thing about people to watch out for. That's where you find it hard to form like a bonding relationship, a relationship with reciprocity, empathy, doing good for others, not really expecting much back, but as part of reciprocity in a understanding friendship, relationship, romantic or work or other friendship, community or club, you don't expect, but you'd hope for some reciprocity in the empathy you're providing, the assistance you're providing, the advice you're providing, the support. To feminize the whole concept that I'm getting to, support. That's the whole empathy part. And yes, psychopaths lacking empathy, they use relationships for their own gain. Even us angel-seeking attribute people, we often expect a return, like a payback, a transaction, or relationship transaction. That was a whole episode I did. And that's a little bit mammalian. And yes, I'm probably going down the sort of the whole angel thing, which has a whole biblical or religious sort of connotation. But the angel idea portrays the good. I'm not really one to advocate for sacrifice, overt altruism, where you're going to sacrifice yourself for others. Life is a little bit of a transaction. I do believe that selfishness is a very positive moral. The morality of selfishness is actually quite important, and that, my dear viewer, listener, you're a narcissist, you're a psychopath. I get it, because you want to hear that you need to be good to your fellow man, and you need to support people in your relationships and that sort of thing. Yes. I agree. I ran over something, don't know what it was. Hope it's not something falling off my car. No one's swerving back there. So, but I contend, coming from positive outlook, positive subscription to objectivism. Yes, the whole Ayn Rand thing. I'm quite sympathetic to, support of, advocate for, because I get what she is saying. Even to be altruistic to our fellow man, our relationships, our kids. I believe it's a selfish act. It's an act of selfishness to want good upon our fellow man. But the line is drawn when you take advantage, use others as transactions, use others as fuel, use others as a means to your goals and ends. That is on the psychopathic, sociopathic, narcissist side of motivations, incentives, actions, human action. And what I'd like to suggest, advocate, and make you think about is that we need to be selfish, to do good for others, which is also good for us. And yes, I get it. You need to do good for others, but you're doing good for others because you get benefit. So, in a way, like, as I go through these subject matters, like, I'm unpacking it myself. Like, that's why I'm not preparing, because by preparing, you know, when you have highly polished lectures, presentations, diatribes, monologues, a bit too structured, and you can't just riff with a moment of wow, penny drops or this and that. So when you see someone unpacking things like I'm trying to do, bit of perspective, you know. So, in a way, we all have some narcissism. Oh, what a concept! I'm not a narcissist. Well, you don't get up in the morning, you don't make yourself look pretty and go to work. If I had a job to go to, I try and look pretty, all right, and. Yeah, so what? That's not self-driven. That's not selfish to look pretty and go into work and bring home some bacon, put some food on the table, get some clothes for the kids, and put them through school. Yeah, I'm sort of starting to think maybe we shouldn't be putting our kids in public or private school. We used to educate our own kids. What's wrong with that? And yes, we need to work and that sort of thing. Yeah, I get it. But we're losing our kids. We're losing our kids to their peers when they get to their adolescence, and we're losing our kids to the government. And we're losing them to wokeism. Oh, he's a righty. He's not woke, he's on the right wing. I might be. Does that make me evil? Does that make me, like, you know, the same side as Orange Man bad? That political compass test I've done, and I am 2 squares out of 10 squares to the right and 1 square under the middle of the authoritarian and libertarian x-axis, and the y-axis is left-right of politics, right? And could pretty much classify, like, being anywhere in a 2 squares out of 10, I'm pretty much in the middle. Yes, I'm veering on the right side, and I must say those questions are a little bit off, a bit unfair. It's designed to round peg and a square peg, to jam you into the left or the right, or to jam you into libertarian or centralized government, or socialist or authoritarian. And I believe there's false dichotomies, but it's a tool, just like there's tools like BMI and measuring height and weight, how fat you are, and all that sort of crap. Like, and we have tools for like IQ, and we have tools. This is your blood pressure, and we have tools. You got a B+ on this exam. So, I get it. We need tools to have some form of assessing, some form of merit, some form of standardizing, something that we're trying to achieve, create, support, and whatever, right? So, yeah. So we need something, right? And which tool was I supposed to be talking about measuring? I lost one. There you go. As I try to unpack and qualify my thoughts, sometimes there's a risk of losing it, particularly when you get distracted when someone's weaving in and out of bloody traffic and you're trying to. I was being an angel. Yeah. So 17 minutes, eh? Yeah, so I won't go too long, but it's just a bit of an insight for the whole psychopath, sociopath, narcissist complex, and selfishness. Throw that in there. Let's throw that in there. Yes, I contend that selfishness is a moral trait, is a good trait. It's an essential trait for survival. Narcissism, selfishness has created the living standards in the West as good as a king and a queen used to live 150 years ago. The middle to lower income person is living like a king and a queen in living standards in this day and age. And we still have a way to have a gripe, to complain about this. And this is the Red Flag Life channel, and we need to relate it to getting on with being a red flag, right? And being a red flag is someone that's selfish, narcissist, sociopath, psychopath. Speaking of tools, models, patterns, there is a scale for psychopathy, the Hare scale, HARE. Mr. Hare created this 40-point 20 categorizations, 40 points, each having 2 points. And I've seen in my clinical days, I used to be a registered nurse in mental health. In my clinical days, I've seen someone clocking 38, 39. I'm not sure if one or two people clocked 40 or not, but I do remember seeing 38 and 39 of murderers and rapists and that sort of thing. But I just contend also that their IQs are off, and they're just being mammals. Mammals do things. So most of us aren't on that level. Many will go down the level of being an absolute cunning mammal when they need to. And that's the whole red flag complex of people. I've been labelled a narcissist. I get it. If you advocate for selfishness, you're selfish. Well, you're selfish. If you're going to work 38 hours a week and paying for a mortgage, what, you're not selfish? What, you're not selfish? What, you comb your hair? What, you're not selfish? I like vanity, selfishness, what? What, they're not related? Are you kidding me? Instead of popping $3 in a homeless man's 10, you just get a coffee. Oh, no, shut up. Oh, we need to, immigrants is okay. Well, would you house an immigrant? Put an immigrant in in your study, Study's just a spare room. Put an immigrant in there. Or put an asylum seeker in there. What, you're not selfish. You're not selfish. Fuck off. The whole virtue signal complex, the whole wokeism, people that do the whole woke advocacy and being active rather than being sort of the passive. I agree with racism is bad. Of course it's bad, right? Of course slavery is bad. Of course prejudice is bad. Of course discriminating against trans and the like is bad. But when you cross certain lines, then it's bad the other way. Like, what, woke? The woke movement isn't predatory. It's got its own selfishness and vanity and psychopathic traits. The whole woke thing. Gee, I just went down the route of politics when I'm discussing, subject of psychopath, sociopath, narcissist, and let's throw in selfishness. How dare I? It's part of. I'm trying to unpack that we use terms to label those red flag people just to ostracize them for our own avoidance of those people. You get the MGTOWs, the incels, the black pill, the red pills, and they talk about, the whole Nancy thing, Nancy idea, Nancy complex, and the Nancy and the Chads, the whole, if they are alphas, I don't know. That 30-year-old gamer still living in his mom's basement give shit to the crazy chick that's a 9. Do you think that incel MGTOW unmotivated gent living in the basement of mum's, do you think that he'll knock the 9 chick back if she's interested in him? Oh no. It's only bad when you can't score with them. Or on the chick side, on the lady side, when you're a 7 and you want that 6'6", the 6 foot plus man with a 6+ figure income and net worth, I guess, as well. They're seeking them. And they, a lady that's a 7 offers up access, and they go for the 7, 8, 9 man, and rare tens, and all men are bastards when the 8 dumps her. You offered the nuclear option, and he took advantage of it because he can. Okay. he's a narcissist. He took advantage of me. He's a sociopath. He used me. Yeah, he used you because you weren't realistic. So we use those terms. The moral of today's story, we use the whole psychopath, sociopath, narcissist, selfish. Should I name another one in there? Each term meaning something softer but meaning the same. That there's something wrong with these people and I didn't see it, which feeds into my whole episode of, I'm not even sure if I posted it yet, but anyway, it's there somewhere. And where we don't learn from mistakes. We know the mistakes are happening as they're happening. We know the mistakes. There's trouble. We know there's trouble. We take risks. Men take physical risks a lot. Women take relationship risks a lot. But we take relationships physically, emotionally, and relationship-wise all the time, male and female as well. And sometimes when we start to talk about our exes, or they're giving me grief, I think he's a narcissist. Yeah, it's just a way to try and ostracize, try and distance yourself from that now unwanting behavior that you knew was there, but now it's inconvenient, or it's becoming, your tolerance is gone. And so we use concepts, terms in this respect, those 3 and 4 different concepts to just label people, to have a gripe, to complain about them, so we can piss them off. As a red flag, it's very rare that people aren't a red flag. You've got to do what you got to do with your capabilities, and sometimes we need to be mammals, and sometimes being a mammal, you'll be labelled, oh, he's selfish, doesn't love me anymore, he's a narcissist, she's a narcissist, she's crazy, he's a bully, she nags, my boss is a sociopath, and I got abused by a psychopath. Guess what? We have been mammals, and we are the target of mammalian decision making from other people, because we just aren't perfect. We have these thoughts of being good, being angels, being moral, and avoiding eternal damnation. But we're not that great. Sometimes we just aren't that great. And if you end up notching up a red flag in your pursuits, if you're 18, 28, 41, 57 or 72, you gotta get on with it. So that's that for today. Thanks for listening, watching, and whatever. Making sure we don't crash in the rain. Until next time, bye bye.